You're 22 years old. Junior stockbroker. New York City. You make $30,000 yearly. You can barely afford rent in Manhattan. Jordan Belfort recruits you to Stratton Oakmont. $10,000 monthly commissions. Sell penny stocks. Quaaludes. Models. Money. Brotherhood. By year 3, you've defrauded $5 million from middle-class families. But you're making $500,000 annually. Living the dream. FBI is closing in. Wiretaps. Undercover agents. Jordan's paranoia is spreading through the office like a virus. 1999. You're arrested. Same day as Jordan. You testify against him. 3 years prison instead of 10. The friendship is over. You're 22 years old in January 1991. You work as a junior broker at a small firm in Manhattan. The firm is called Investor Center. Nobody's heard of it. The office is on the 15th floor of a building in the financial district. 30 desks. 30 phones. 30 guys making cold calls 8 hours daily trying to sell stocks to strangers who don't want to talk to you. Your job is simple. You have a phone book. You call numbers. You read from a script. Hi, my name is calling from Investor Center. We're a boutique investment firm specializing in emerging growth stocks. Most people hang up. Some people listen for 30 seconds then hang up. Once every 100 calls, someone actually asks questions. Once every 1,000 calls, someone actually buys. This is cold calling. This is entry-level Wall Street. This is what brokers do before they have clients. You make $30,000 yearly. Base salary $18,000. Plus commission on any sales. You're averaging $12,000 in commissions annually, which is $1,000 monthly, which is terrible. Good brokers make $100,000. Great brokers make $500,000. You're making $30,000. You're 22 and you're already failing. Your rent is $1,200 monthly for a studio apartment in Queens. The commute is 90 minutes each way. Subway to Manhattan. Walk to the office. You spend 3 hours daily commuting. You eat dollar slices for lunch. You can't afford to go out with your coworkers when they go to bars after work. You can't afford much of anything. You have $600 in your bank account. You have $15,000 in student loan debt. You're drowning and nobody cares because this is New York and everyone is drowning except the people who are rich. March 1991. A guy from your office quits. Gets hired at a firm called Stratton Oakmont. 2 weeks later he comes back to visit. He's wearing a $2,000 suit. Rolex watch. He tells everyone Stratton is hiring. They're looking for aggressive brokers. Young guys. Hungry guys. Guys who want to make real money. He says he made $40,000 in his first month. $40,000. In 1 month. You're making $30,000 in a year. You apply. You get an interview. The office is in Lake Success, Long Island. It's huge. 2 floors. 200 desks. Everyone is young. Everyone is loud. Everyone is making calls and closing deals and celebrating. There's music playing. There's energy. There's money. This is nothing like Investor Center. This is Wall Street the way you imagined it. The interview is with Jordan Belfort. He's 28 years old. He founded Stratton Oakmont 3 years ago. He's wearing a $5,000 suit. Perfect hair. Confident. Charismatic. He asks you one question. Sell me this pen. He hands you a pen from his desk. You're supposed to sell it to him. This is the test. This is how he evaluates brokers. You freeze for 3 seconds. Then you say, this pen represents opportunity. The opportunity to sign contracts that will make you money. The opportunity to write your name on documents that matter. Without this pen, you're just talking. With this pen, you're building something. Jordan smiles. Says you're hired. Says report Monday. Says you'll make $10,000 monthly minimum in commissions. Probably more. Says welcome to Stratton Oakmont. Age 22, April 1991. Your first day at Stratton. They assign you a desk. Give you a phone. Give you a list of penny stocks to sell. These are companies nobody's heard of. Small companies. Risky companies. The kind of stocks that could go up 500% or go to zero. Your job is to convince people to buy them. Your job is to make them sound like the opportunity of a lifetime. The training is 1 week. They teach you the script, the pitch, the system. You call someone. You tell them about this amazing stock. You tell them it's about to explode. You tell them if they buy now, they'll make 300% in 6 months. You create urgency. You create fear of missing out. You make them believe. And when they say yes, when they wire you $10,000 or $50,000 or $100,000, you buy them the stock. You take your 50% commission, and you move to the next call. The first stock you sell is called Global Tech Industries. It's trading at 25 cents per share. You sell it to a guy named Robert. He's 55. Retired teacher. He has $50,000 in savings. You convince him to invest $25,000. You tell him this stock is going to $5 per share within a year. That's 20 times return. That's $500,000 from his $25,000. He believes you. He wires the money. You buy him 100,000 shares at 25 cents. That's $25,000. Your commission is $12,500. You just made $12,500 in one phone call. The stock never goes to $5. The stock goes to 10 cents. Robert's $25,000 becomes $10,000. He lost $15,000. But you made $12,500. This is the system. You get paid when they buy. You don't get paid based on whether they make money. You don't get paid based on whether the stock goes up. You get paid for convincing them to buy. That's it. Convince them. Get the wire. Take the commission. Move on. Age 23, 1992. You've been at Stratton for 1 year. You're making $500,000 annually. $500,000. You're 23 years old. You're making more money than your parents combined will make in 10 years. You move to Manhattan. Nice apartment. 2 bedrooms. Dormant. Upper East Side. $4,000 monthly rent. You don't care. You make that in 1 day. You buy a BMW 5 Series. Cost $55,000. You pay cash. You wear Armani suits. $2,000 each. You have 8 of them. You wear a different suit every day. You eat at expensive restaurants. $300 dinners. You go to clubs. Bottle service. $1,000 nights. You date models. Actual models. The kind of women who wouldn't look at you a year ago when you were making $30,000. Now they're calling you. Now they want to be with you. Because you have money. Because you're successful. Because you're somebody. Stratton has a culture. A brotherhood. It's not just a job. It's a lifestyle. Jordan throws parties. Huge parties. Fills. Yachts. Private planes. There are drugs. Mostly quaaludes. Little pills that make you feel euphoric and relaxed and invincible. Everyone takes them. Jordan takes them. The top brokers take them. The secretaries take them. You take them. At first it's just at parties. Then it's at work. Then it's every day. By the end of the year you're taking 3 quaaludes daily. 1 in the morning to wake up. 1 at lunch to stay energized. 1 at night to sleep. This is normal at Stratton. This is how everyone works. The empathy switch is turning off. That first sale to Robert, the retired teacher who lost $15,000, you felt guilty. You felt sick. You thought about calling him back and telling him to sell before it got worse. But you didn't. And the second victim was easier. The third easier. By the 100th victim, you're not thinking about them at all. You're thinking about your commission. About your monthly total. About whether you're going to beat last month's numbers. The victims aren't people anymore. They're sales. They're commissions. They're numbers in your bank account. Age 26, 1995. You're a senior broker now. You've defrauded maybe $5 million total from maybe 200 people over 4 years. You're making $2 million annually. $2 million. You're 26. You have a team under you. 5 junior brokers. You train them. You teach them the script. You teach them the system. You teach them how to overcome objections. How to create urgency. How to close the sale. You're perpetuating the system. You're creating the next generation of fraudsters. Your trainees include a 22-year-old kid named Danny. Same age you were when you started. Same situation. Struggling junior broker making $30,000. Desperate for success. You teach him everything. You teach him that these stocks are garbage. That they'll probably go to zero. That the clients will probably lose everything. But you also teach him that none of that matters. What matters is the commission. What matters is closing the sale. What matters is convincing them to wire the money. Danny asks you one time, "Doesn't it bother you? The people losing money." You tell him what Jordan told you 4 years ago. They're adults. They make their own decisions. We're not forcing them. We're just giving them an opportunity. If they lose money, that's investing. That's the risk. Not our fault. This is the rationalization. This is how you sleep at night. This is how everyone at Stratton sleeps at night. Age 28, 1997. The FBI is investigating Stratton Oakmont. It's not a secret. Jordan tells everyone in a company meeting. Says the feds are jealous. Says they can't stand to see people get rich. Says they're making up charges. Says we're all going to fight this together. Says nobody talks to the FBI. Nobody cooperates. We're a family. We protect each other. But the paranoia is real. Jordan destroys documents. Tells everyone to destroy documents. Tells everyone to get rid of anything that could be evidence. You spend a weekend at the office shredding papers. Client files. Trade records. Anything that shows the stocks you sold were worthless. Anything that shows the commissions were excessive. Anything that shows fraud. You destroy everything. You find out later the FBI has been listening to your phone calls for 6 months. Wiretaps. They have recordings of you selling the garbage stocks. They have recordings of you lying about the prospects. They have recordings of you convincing victims to wire money. They have everything. The document destruction was pointless. The evidence is on tape. Age 30, September 2nd, 1999. FBI agents knock on your apartment door at 6 a.m. They have a warrant. They arrest you. Securities fraud. Wire fraud. Money laundering. Multiple counts. If convicted on everything, you're facing 20 years in federal prison. Jordan is arrested the same day. Same charges. The entire senior management of Stratton Oakmont is arrested. The firm is shut down. The FBI raids the offices. Takes all the computers, all the files, all the evidence. It's over. They take you to FBI headquarters in Manhattan. Put you in an interrogation room. 2 agents. They have everything. They have your phone calls recorded. They have your client list. They have testimony from victims. They have bank records showing your commissions. They have you completely. The evidence is overwhelming. Your lawyer tells you the truth. You're going to prison. The only question is for how long. The prosecutor makes an offer. Testify against Jordan. Tell them everything. How the system worked. How Jordan ran it. How the fraud operated. Do that, and they'll recommend 3 years instead of 20. Your lawyer tells you to take it. Jordan already threw everyone under the bus. He's saving himself. You need to save yourself. You take the deal. Age 31, 2000. Jordan's trial. You're the prosecution's witness. You sit in the witness box and tell the jury everything. You describe the penny stock scheme. You describe the fake urgency. You describe the lies you told victims. You describe the quaaludes. The parties. The money. Everything. Jordan's lawyer tries to make you look bad. Tries to make you look like you're lying to save yourself. But you're not lying. You're just telling the truth. Everything you say is documented. Everything you say is on those FBI recordings. Jordan gets 4 years. You get 3 years. Both of you go to federal prison. Different facilities. You go to FCI Allenwood in Pennsylvania. Low security. It's not maximum security prison, but it's still prison. You're prisoner 83274-054. That's your identity now. Not your name. A number. Age 31 to 34, 2000 to 2003. 3 years in federal prison. You share a cell with a guy who embezzled from his company. A cafeteria. You work in the prison library for 12 cents per hour. You watch TV in the common room. You exercise in the yard. You serve your time. You think about the victims, the people you defrauded, the families you destroyed, the retired teachers and middle managers and working people who gave you their savings and you stole it. Age 34, 2003. Released. You're 34 years old. Convicted felon. Barred from securities industry for life. Your finance career is over. Your Series 7 license is revoked permanently. You can never work in finance again. You can never be a broker. You can never touch other people's money. The thing you were good at, the thing you did for 8 years, you can never do it again. You find work at a car dealership. Sales. You're good at selling. That skill transfers. You make $45,000 annually. This is fine money for normal people. But you were making $2 million annually at Stratton. You went from Wall Street to selling used cars. You rent a studio apartment in New Jersey. $1,000 monthly. You drive a 10-year-old Honda. You eat at Applebee's. This is your life now. 2013, 10 years after you got out of prison. Jordan Belfort publishes a book, The Wolf of Wall Street. It's a memoir about his time at Stratton Oakmont. About the money, the drugs, the parties, the fraud. It's a bestseller. Then Hollywood makes a movie. Martin Scorsese directs. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Jordan. The movie makes $400 million worldwide. Jordan becomes famous. He becomes a motivational speaker. He charges $100,000 per speech. He talks about success, about sales, about ambition. He's making money off the story of defrauding people. You're not in the book. You're not in the movie. You're nobody. You're just one of the hundreds of brokers who worked for Jordan. One of the people who went to prison. One of the people who got forgotten. Jordan is famous. Jordan is rich again. Jordan is giving speeches about success. And you're selling used cars in New Jersey for $45,000 annually. This is the hollow escape. Jordan escaped in a way. He served his time. He wrote his story. He turned his crime into a career. But you didn't. You're just a convicted felon with no prospects selling cars. Your parents are ashamed. Your old friends don't call. Your dating profile says salesman, but doesn't mention the federal conviction. This is what happens when you're not the star of the story. When you're just a supporting character in someone else's crime. You get forgotten. Somewhere in New York City right now, there's a 22-year-old junior broker. He's making $30,000 yearly. He's struggling with rent. He's eating dollar slices. He's drowning in student debt. He's making cold calls 8 hours daily and nobody's buying. He's failing. And someone is going to offer him an opportunity. Some firm, some system, some scheme. They're going to offer him $10,000 monthly commissions. They're going to offer him money and success and brotherhood and belonging. That broker is going to say yes. He's going to say yes because $10,000 monthly is life-changing when you're making $30,000 yearly. He's going to say yes because he's desperate. He's going to say yes because the alternative is struggling forever. And that yes is going to lead to selling garbage stocks to innocent people, to defrauding families, to quaaludes and parties and money, until the FBI knocks on his door, until he's in prison, until his career is over, until he's selling used cars in New Jersey wondering how he got here. You could warn him. You could tell him don't take the job. Don't sell the garbage stocks. Don't believe that you can separate the sales from the fraud. Don't think you're different. Don't think you won't get caught. Because 8 years from now, federal prison. 3 years of your life gone. Career destroyed. Forgotten by everyone except the victims who lost money because of you. But he won't listen. You didn't listen. Nobody listens when they're 22 and desperate and someone's offering them a way out of poverty. Nobody listens when the money is real and immediate and the consequences seem theoretical and distant. Nobody listens when they think they're smarter than the people who got caught before them. The first victim seems like just one sale. The second seems like just another commission. The 100th seems like just a number. Until you realize you've become exactly what you swore you'd never be. A fraud. A criminal. A cautionary tale. The financial industry doesn't need Jordan Belfort. The industry just needs desperate young people willing to lie for money. willing to defraud strangers for commission, willing to prioritize their own success over other people's life savings. And there are always desperate young people. There are always 22-year-olds struggling to pay rent. There are always people for whom $10,000 monthly is enough to ignore their conscience. There are always people who believe the lie that they're just offering opportunities, not stealing savings. And the machine keeps running.